Robert Reid, Deputy President for Sport, becomes latest FIA executive to resign. Yet another senior figure has departed the FIA, Formula One's governing body, amplifying a growing chorus of discontent directed at the organization's leadership and its president, Mohammed bin Sulayem. When the FIA's Deputy President for Sport, Robert Reid, announced his resignation on Thursday, citing what he described as a fundamental breakdown in governance standards and a pattern of critical decisions being made without due process. This follows the recent departure of Natalie Robin, the FIA's first female chief executive after just 18 months. The instability has drawn comment from drivers, with Mercedes' George Russell questioning the frequent turmoil. Unfortunately, every time we hear some news from that side of the sport, it is not really a big surprise, Russell stated. It is getting to a point now where these things are happening so often. Things seem to be continuously going in an unstable direction. I've got to be honest, we are getting to a point now where our actions are having little impact with those guys. Reid's resignation came just a day after David Richards, chair of Motorsport UK, published an open letter expressing concerns from a growing number of individuals that the governance and constitutional organization of the FIA is becoming ever more opaque and concentrating power in the hands of the president alone. Richards added pointedly, "We cannot allow a shift of the moral compass of our leadership to simply dismiss any request for transparency and open discourse." Shortly after Reid's announcement, former FIA chief executive Natalie Robin, whose departure in May 2024 was reportedly due to disagreements with bin Sulayem, commented that Reid's decision highlighted the FIA's serious ongoing structural challenges. Speaking to the BBC, Robin remarked, "When professional processes are not adhered to and stakeholders are excluded from decision-making, it undermines the foundation of a strong organization. I am saddened to see these developments as they threaten both the credibility and the long-term effectiveness of an important institution." The sustained and pointed criticism significantly pressures bin Sulayem as his first term as president is set to conclude in December, with re-election currently uncontested. For his tenure has been marked by considerable discord and controversy. Drivers have expressed repeated frustration over the FIA's strict adherence to regulations, including clampdowns on personal items like jewelry and on swearing, actions reportedly stemming directly from the president. 5 changes have also been made regarding drivers' public conduct, including limitations on speaking out on non-sporting issues. Bin Sulayem's past conduct has also faced scrutiny, with questions raised about his attitude towards women due to sexist comments on a former website, which the FIA has stated were historical and do not reflect his current beliefs. Under his leadership, the FIA is currently being sued by Susie Wolff, director of the F1 Academy, following a brief conflict of interest investigation launched by the body into Wolff and her husband, Mercedes team principal Toto Wolff, which was dropped after only 2 days. Bin Sulayem has also drawn the ire of Formula One's owner through remarks concerning the sport's valuation and faced accusations of interfering in Grand Prix from a whistleblower. Claims dismissed after an investigation by the FIA's own ethics committee. The officer who led that investigation, Paolo Basari, was subsequently sacked. Reid's resignation adds to a notable list of senior personnel who have left the FIA since bin Sulayem assumed the presidency. Prior to Robin's departure, the single-seater technical director, Tim Goss, sporting director Steve Nielsen, and Deborah Mayer, president of the FIA's Women in Motorsport Commission, had also resigned. Bertrand Badra, head of the audit committee, and Tom Purves, a member of the audit committee, were both dismissed in 2024. The criticism from Reid and Richards follows a controversial decision last year by the FIA General Assembly to amend statutes that reduce the extent to which the leadership could be held accountable, including granting bin Sulayem the authority to determine if ethics complaints warrant action. Richards' most recent letter was prompted by dissatisfaction with the FIA's response to his earlier concerns about being barred from a meeting of the FIA World Council for refusing to sign an amended confidentiality agreement. Similarly, Reid stated upon his resignation that motorsport deserves leadership that is accountable, transparent, and member-driven. I can no longer, in good faith, remain part of a system that does not reflect those values. The FIA issued a response regarding Reid's resignation, stating, "The FIA is grateful for Robert Reid's contribution to the FIA and to motorsport more widely. The FIA has exceptionally robust corporate governance policies which guide our operations and ensure our rules, practices, and processes are adhered to.